Hi guys, welcome in. Just gonna check some energy once again. So I did a reading this morning and I'm bored. I'm just sitting here after work trying to just unwind, and I just thought I would check some energy with you all. I hope you've had a good day, or maybe you're starting your day. I'm not sure where you're at in the world, but happy day to you. Welcome in, welcome back, all that kind of stuff. My name is Shannon. If you are new, audio discretion advised. If you have little ones around, and my channel is real intense. We look at people who are kooks trying to do stupid stuff to you and I, thinking that they have a right to control you, and nobody has a right to control you and I. And if you're in some type of crazy witchcraft, stubborn, I'm going to control you mode, it ain't going to work out for you. The Most High God will meet you face to face. It's really that intense on this platform. And we just don't put up with people who think that they have a right to just do whatever on another person's life. I have freedom of speech and I have rights just like the next person, and nobody has a right to take my rights away or act like they're going to tell me what I will or will not do in this earth realm. And that's God's doing, to tell us what we will or will not do. So something might be right up in somebody's face about a lie, and something's being exposed here. Something being exposed here. I kept seeing that Seven of Swords. Somebody guilty for something. Anyway, somebody thinks that they will thieve something as well. The sun goes back to the motto of I will. And so actually you will be guilty if you thieve, because a curse goes into a thief's house. If you're new, I feel energy and I will just speak right out of that space. Okay? And so anyway, let's see what's going on. Somebody's stuck, looking from every angle on something, I guess so. Most of what do you want to bring in here? I thank you for the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Go after your enemies. Something's changing here. Something's completely changing here. You could be dealing with people, foreign places. That kind of stuff is also out here. The letter J or the letter Y might be prevalent. This is the arm of the Most High. There's something piercing here to somebody, I guess. Why is this here? We have a tower. Okay, well, there is something going on. Tower's going down and the wheel's going around. It's really huge. Show me more information out here. What else you want to bring out here, Most High? We have somebody waiting on something. Okay, with this is like high discernment. I just heard waiting. Something's changing with that waiting. Somebody knows something. There's a paradigm shift on something here. Why is this here? So I perceive and I know is the mottos here of the tower with the wheel. And if somebody thinks that they are trying to segregate somebody, to use somebody for their things, God's going to punch somebody out for that to take place. Show me more information out here. What else you want to bring out? Why is it? Somebody knows something. They've seen something. Show me more information. So some type of going somewhere could be here. Okay, collaborating, working with somebody, something about your vehicle, or maybe somebody's going to be forced to go away from something as well. Also showing out here. Somebody's life is out here. There's the phonics of a word in the Greek goes to somebody's life. Well, something's destructive out here. Something's destructive out here with the tower. The letter Z and the letter A, the letter Y and the letter J is out here. If this is about collaborating, that third party came out today, that the ditch, the little whore was coming back around, trying to get their way on something. And I really don't know. God said somebody was going to see something and know something. And hear some things, and it was gonna be dangerous if you took something, or if you were gonna open up to something that you weren't supposed to. And so for some people, they took the ditch and the whore in, I guess, today, and they're getting a great big whirlwind on that energy because they did want to use somebody's stuff. This is in the negative. I'm going to use you. I'm going to segregate you. Because we got real kooks out there. There's something about somebody traveling somewhere than they are. Somebody's trying trying to get some movement out here, but that third party was ditchy today. Show me more information. Somebody knows something about a travel situation here. Show me more information. Something public's going on. Somebody may have to get their self-control, because God is showing me that he is knocking somebody's pride down here, and there's some victory out here. Something's going to scatter. Somebody's trying to check something out. Go ahead and check it out. If you're a thief in any way, shape, or form on technology, because actually after I went back and watched that video from this morning, that was actually my technology rune. And we know that the little whore and the little ditch and the little criminal that's been a little fake on my platform running things to France and stuff like that, when I do stuff on my technology and get them all blocked, they got to prance back around and pull their britches down for somebody to get up on the tower to tickety tack. And the person don't think that they have to go to jail, and they are going to go to jail. Somebody's been using mine and maybe yours as well, identity, and they ain't me and never going to be me. And when I get my day in court, I'm going to spit in your face, like I said, over and over on this platform. You're going to pay for some nonsense that you're doing. We have a little spy, and somebody does need to check out some stuff, because somebody ain't who they think that you think they are somewhere. So the magician. If this is upright and somebody's skilled to lay down a foundation and to get something done, if it's in the reverse, why are the towers coming out and the wheel's going to go around in the wrong direction for somebody's going to have a wreck in a really bad way, in a negative way, for being some type of user out here. That's a manipulator. And we did have somebody in headship. Headship was directly being addressed. Head of household was, and all those bribes were coming, and somebody was going to lose their soul today for opening up to the whore. Hope you didn't do it, folks. But anyway, you're a karmic now, I guess, if you did. The justice, the truth about something. Okay, well, the heavens are all over something. We got high arcana out here. Some type of truth is out here in a really big way. The letter C, the letter K is also out here in this reading as well, and the letter T. And this is also about marking something out here. All right, well, anyway, there's knowledge about some things going on in this reading. Let's see what's in the hidden space. Not today, devils. Not today. No more. It is about travel. If somebody's traveling right now, somebody's checking something out. Somebody's been manipulating some stuff, even on the towers. Okay, you got IT workers then that are out here that have been manipulating some things, and there's law around this thing with the justice out here. Okay, well, anyway, something about travel or going far away or something like that. Show me more information this time. It's over. Bum, 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 bum. This is death. For some of y'all, that's going to be a physical death, because that's exactly what God said. Somebody was going to lose their soul, was going to be completely severed from their spirit, and their soul was going to be cut today. Okay, for some of y'all, this is a great big devastation going on. Show me more information. Somebody is real concerned. And look, the little flattery, and when we checked that was the little bribe, or the, hey, let's make a little deal today. And let me tell you something in a very big way played out today. A very big way. And I just sat there real still while conversation was going on behind a closed door, exactly like God said. And I said, Jehovah, you said that you're a very present help in time of need. And he just came on me, and I just said what I needed to say, and that was it. And anyway, something was shut down on my end. I don't know what yours was today, but when God speaks, he means what he says, folks. And so anyway, somebody real concerned because somebody's little pride got knocked down here on some stuff, or just collective energy. And all the thieves and liars and the cheats, they need their fingers chopped off. They need a devastation happen to them. Nobody has a right, folks, to be a leech on somebody else's life and I'll suck on your life. I don't think so. No, I really don't think so. I don't really know who you are, but God even tells us in the Word that there was gonna come a time where he finally gonna get up and he's gonna shut some people down, and he tells his people they ain't gonna serve themselves off of you no more. This ain't gonna go on forever. Literally, the tower is literally coming down. And the wheel literally is going around, and we are not dealing with freaks and fools no more. Sorry, not sorry. You get to use nobody no more. Some type of truth is out here. Something very karmic going on. And they should be concerned for what they've done. Something legal is out here. I just seen the adjudication part as well. Yeah. There's the little gift. It's right here. Somebody wanted to make a deal and be fake. And I'm sorry, I just won't let you. And God said that the war was going to come out today. Here it is. Bring it. God, it's right here. But let me. What can man do to us? Nothing. If Jehovah's on our side, who can be against us? We don't bow for anything stupid and crazy and wicked. They were trying to make a connection. And this goes to money and stuff like that. And there's blockages going on. And an enemy. Okay? There is something legal going on. There is. Somebody going to go to jail for some stuff. You're going to be caught because this don't go on forever for you. This stuff don't go on forever for you. Hopeful, there's in the reverse. That's right, because something is toxic going on. Something is toxic. This is toxic. Acting like you are something that you're freaking not. That's toxic. That's unacceptable in our earth realm. Why would you want to be that way? A love affair is going on out here. Okay, well, with the whore, or there's some connection to whore-like energy around some crap. God said so. There's an affair going on. It ain't love. That ain't love. Somebody was hopeful because they were coveting after somebody else's person. Somebody was trying to use somebody to do something out here or to get something done for them. Ain't gonna happen. Not for people standing in the upright. Sorry. Stupidness. You better be paranoid. Well, so, look, there's the psychopath. It came out today. They are kook. They are psychopath. They most certainly are and need to go behind bars on some stuff. That's scary energy because this is abusive nonsense and being conniving and unpredictable. And that type of behavior in the earth has no right walking around amongst other people. To go out to fight on a battleground. Go ahead. You're fighting for things that don't even belong to you. Some people are out here fighting for things that don't belong and offering bribes and flattery and all this kind of stuff on other people's things, promising, hey, I'll give you a piece of this gold bar here. It don't even belong to them. They're segregating somebody and they're willing to fight for our stuff and you don't get to have it. I'm sorry. What you get to have is going to hell because God said you were going to go down to the lower parts of the earth when you go pursue after somebody else. The little ditch searches for your precious life. Okay? People think that sex just gets them whatever that it wants, and not for some people it don't. Sorry. Okay? The hospital. There's somebody's going to get hurt out here, I guess. It's going to be the wicked. Because God's arm is out here to protect his own all day long when you and I do what's right. No, I mean, somebody's out here hoping for a love affair to go on. Or it got shut down real quick and somebody wanted to use something, make a little deal on something. Now, everybody's that stood up against that stuff. It puts the freak here in a paranoid state. Because they ain't going to get what they want. Military connections are out here. Okay, well, there's war out here. A separation is going on. Somebody says, I want to fix the problem. Yeah, well, anyway, sorry. At a tire service. Well, the vehicle is out here, okay, and we do know what's going on with people's vehicles and dirty mechanics and all that kind of stuff, and people don't think that they have to go to jail for trying to be a psychopathic murderer to everybody on the road just because they wanted to kill off somebody and take somebody else's stuff and call theirs. It don't work that way. Anyway, the dark night of the soul. Well, anyway, somebody paranoid out here. See in court. Something very legal is around some stuff out here. There's the snake. It came out today. And there's that, let's make a deal card. No, we don't make deals with snakes. Sorry. Somebody tried to come back around, traveling somewhere to go make a deal still, because now there's knowledge of something. Go ahead. We have the authority that Yehovah Elohim says to punch your freaking eyeballs out of your freaking head. Doofus. Okay? Anyway, this is poisonous. This is a whore card, and it came out in wording. They're a whore. Male or female. There it is again. Those flowers are here, boy. They're going to pour it on because they are crazy. Crazy. Go ahead, be crazy. You're going to die. You're going to die. It's yeah, like I said, you're going to die. They're scurrying around because their trap is not going to, it's going to trap them. God said you dig a pit, you're going to go into it. You try to roll a stone for it to come on somebody else, it goes on you. God don't operate that way. Somebody twice did out here. The death card's out here twice. Alterating things on the tower. That's right. We have a right to do whatever we want on our own technology because we have freedom of speech and rights. You don't have a right to sit here and segregate somebody and use somebody because that has been what they've been doing. They want to fix something. Something is around a timing because God said so today. Timing's right here. This is alterating things. This is the government. Something very illegal is going on because that came out in a very biased way today. And God's about balance, and he'll balance out the scales all day long. Okay, a lot of balancing energy came out here. It could be from the London, Britain area for some people's cases. That is the case. It says that even a child's known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it's right. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure out what this crap is about. And either you give into it because you're cray, and somebody's going to be able to look at you and say, well, because God did say today when I was reading, they do know what to do. You do know what to do. You and I know what to do all day long. If you fold, then you're weak. If you fold in the day of adversity, you're weak in this battle. We don't bend for nobody. I don't care what it is. This is a seducer. So this tells me people are going to sit back in here and look at something, whether something's been right or wrong. Something been wrong because a snake is out here. They're all concerned. This little snake is like scurrying around, and this is anxiety and all that kind of stuff. This is a thief card. This is a liar card. It's a guilty card. I see at least 3 rats going in a trap because there are groups involved in some nonsense. This is the day that the wicked are being removed, folks. It is the day that we're going to see a lot of this stuff come out. People being like shocked and, oh my God, and because there's knowledge out here, and God's going to just uncover everything for every individual. It's the day that the wicked are being removed, and they can do nothing about it because God's hand is on something going on out here. They can fight, but they ain't going to win. They're already a lost cause. Somebody's stupid ex is out here involved in some crap. That's exactly what he said this morning. It was a totally different way that it came out. It says, he that spares his rod hates his child. And so some people are using their kids also through exes, for those of you dealing with that kind of nonsense. But God's saying, if you spare your rod, you hate your kid. But if you love them, you'll be on them. And you'll stay on them. And somebody's kid's involved in something that's gone on out here. But it ain't about, they don't give a rip about their kid. They give a rip about their own ego, is what this is about. Yeah, somebody in leadership is out here. Meanie, Tico, you foreseen. This came out this week when we were reading for everybody. God has numbered your kingdom. Well, if we're talking about the London, Britain area, then somebody under some leadership over there I'm talking to. But it could be anybody that I'm talking to, and any kind of leadership that folded today on some nonsense and didn't take care of something for upright purposes and when it should have been done. And now the end of something is here. And God says that when death comes, that represents sin. When at the end of sin is death. And so somebody's kingdom is numbered here. God has numbered it and has finished it, and you're weighed in the balance. Like I said, there's lots of balancing things, and God is weighing somebody in the balance. Head of household, bosses, leadership, even over nations. You're weighed in the balance, and you're found wanting, the card says. Your kingdom is divided in a really big way. It's coming straight from God Almighty. Nobody could have stopped this except for you to say no to some wickedness. And you were warned already. Even a child's known by his doing. God says, I see something. It's wrong. It's something's literally just, I don't know, scattered everywhere. This is huge information coming out here. It says people that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death, we got the death card out here twice, upon them hath the light shined. God says, repent, for the kingdom of God is at hand. Yes, it is, folks. It's time for you to make a choice. Live or die, because this is going to hurt. God said the other day, if people did not leave their wickedness, you want to jump in bed with old Jezebel and seducing nonsense and all these psychopathic piece of nutcases, then he said, I'm going to frame evil around some people. And the tower is a great big devastation and a destruction on somebody's pride out here. Live or die, folks. Get your hands off of people's stuff that don't belong to you. Somebody thought they were going to get away with murdering somebody and then taking all the money for it. Don't work that way anymore. Things are changing with Yehovah. Fraud is around. So yes, it is. And somebody's just like thought they were just going to use somebody. No. Something's still going to continue to unfold. The letter F might be prevalent to you. Child. Again, child energy is out here. About sparing your rod or staying on them, whether you love or hate them, and even their work is even known. So we also got full-grown people acting like children and never grew up in their mind. They're just snakish there. But this is a fraud rune. This tells people to trust. That's all we can do is trust, folks. Let me pull something from this. Thank you, Yehovah. Thank you for fighting the battle, getting every crazy idiot out of the way so that people can live again. See, it says, oh, the Antichrist is here. Okay, well, anyway, see you later. God told you last night if you didn't kiss the sun, you were going to kindle his anger just a little bit, and God's already stirred up on this snake then today. So something changing. Somebody's not in a good place with the Most High God. God says you're it. That's over. I planted you in some type of real big headship somewhere, and you are being uprooted because you ain't of no worth somewhere. God's just literally like, I'm over it. Anyway, it says that he that hastens to be rich has an evil eye, and the eyeball actually is the tower. A lot of times you'll see this eyeball here over it, and somebody has an evil eye because they wanted to get rich on somebody else's stuff. He that hastens to be rich has an evil eye and considers not the poverty shall come upon him. God says suddenly, just like that, when that wheel turns, that's it. There's big judgment on somebody. You reap what you sow. So Jacob's trouble. So the people of the Most High God, this is a tribulous time that we're in, but God promises some great big stuff even in the tribulation. And so we are in the tribulation. It says they're fixing to be raided. Okay, well, something's found out here. God's let some big knowledge about some freaking snakish nonsense is going on some type of false person, and somebody's doing some crazy stuff. God says now somebody's fixing to be raided. You're going to go to jail, honey. You're going to go to jail. Thank you, Yehovah. A Hispanic man, woman, or child is involved in this thing. So whether you're upright or not, whoever you are for any given person. You may be the person fixing to get rated on something out here. Organization is involved in some things, yeah. Well, anyway, if you're the head of that organization, you just got a death sentence on whoever you are in your little kingdom being divided if you're not standing in the truth. And all of you all who are, thank you for being that way in the truth. It says that when the righteous, they are in authority, then the people rejoice. But when the wicked, they bear rule, the people mourn. And we're tired of mourning, and we're tired of having crazies over us and being snakish. That's why this kind of stuff happens. Some things are changing. Things are changing. If you are new, God does bring out some really big stuff. This is a beast. But somebody has had sex with an animal somewhere, because God keeps saying so this week. Whoso lies with the beast shall surely be put to death. Somebody going to die out here. It's time for them to die. Okay? This is seducing nonsense. They're burning with lustful nonsense, and they can't even control themselves even around animals. And somebody's a freaking crazy kook out here. They are. They're a psychopath. Somebody's nuts out here, and somebody fixing to be put to death by God himself. That's big stuff. All right. The letter J, the letter Y, the letter A, like I said, the Z, the Q, the A is there, the K came out there, the C is out here. So whether that's positive or negative for you, person, place, or thing, first, middle, or last name, I just pull them out there in case that helps you, because they are here for somebody to need to know something. Anyway, all right, folks, I just want to check some energy. It's been a really long day, so I'm going to relax and just wait upon the Most High and see what he's going to do even further, because he's telling us some things are still going to unfold from this. So, Lord willing, I'll see you in the morning. Until next time, shalom. Stay in peace.